Hello, best learners. This is Mustafa here at Learn with the Best, and we have got a great video for you today. We are going to be discussing Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 32, Play to People's Fantasies. In this video, I'm going to define the law for you, and then we'll look at a couple of short stories, and we'll finish up with an analysis on this law so that we can use it to its maximum effect on our path to ultimate power. Alright, here's the law. The truth is often avoided because it is ugly and unpleasant. Never appeal to truth and reality unless you are prepared for the anger that comes from disenchantment. Life is so harsh and distressing that people who can manufacture romance or conjure up a fantasy are like an oasis in the middle of a desert. Everyone flocks to them. There is great power in tapping into the fantasies of the masses. Once upon a time, the great Lion King had lost his Queen Lioness, and a funeral was held on Pride Rock. Animals from the entire domain came to pay their respects. As the great Lion King roared in sorrow, all of the other animals of all types cried with him, all except for one. You see, there was a lone stag who did not cry. No, instead, he smiled. See, the stag's son had been hunted and killed by the Queen Lioness, and so the stag was happy that she was now dead. Karma is a witch, he was thinking while smiling. The great Lion King saw the stag smiling and confronted him. "How dare you smile at a time of great grieving?" the Lion King roared. After having been caught out, but thinking quick on his feet, the stag replied, "Oh, I just had the most amazing vision of the great Lion Queen. She was so incredibly happy in the afterlife, hunting and eating her fill. She looked at all of us here and she laughed at how miserable we looked, so I could not help but smile, knowing that she's in a better place." The Lion King roared in approval. This wise stag knew how to play to the fantasies of others, and it saved his hide. Let's look at another story now. Once upon a time, in the Middle Ages and throughout the Renaissance, Italy had been an economic powerhouse. It was the wealthiest nation in Europe, and its citizens were living lavish lifestyles. And then it all started to wane. New trade routes were opening up for other European nations, and Italy was falling behind. New generations of Italians heard stories from their parents and grandparents about Italy's glory days, and people from all walks of life, all across the nation, wanted to return to the prosperous state that they once enjoyed, instead of the new doom and gloom that had taken over the land. Rumors began to swirl around the city of Venice that there was a man who knew alchemy. With a little bit of effort, this man could turn anything into gold, and he wasn't too far away. The governors and politicians wanted him to come to Venice, but he had offers from other places. They negotiated with him and put him up in their best lodgings, providing him with everything that he could ever want. Slowly, the people of Venice started to wonder when he was going to start making some golden bars and return the land to its days of glory. They asked him to do it now, but he responded by saying that he would need to wait 7 years before his alchemic power was at 100%, and at that point, he would yield 30 times the amount of gold that he could in his current state. Some of the people wanted to wait, and others wanted it now. And some people even questioned if this whole thing was real. But they all agreed that they needed a demonstration to prove that he could really turn average everyday things into pure gold. So how did the alchemist respond to this? Well, he simply snorted with his head held high and said that if the people of Venice didn't believe in him, then he would take his talents elsewhere. And so he did. He traveled all over Europe, living the lifestyle of the rich and famous. What a devious man indeed. Now, let's analyze this law and see how we can use it to our own advantage. But before we do that, here's a few words from our sponsor. Oh wait, I don't have a sponsor, so I guess I'll be my own sponsor. If you want to transform yourself from a lamb to a lion, then check out my course pinned in the top comment below. I will teach you the importance of time and how you can manage your time in order to achieve your dreams and your life purpose. Let's be honest here, the majority of the population are sheep, taking part in the 9-to-5 rat race of life, not enjoying their work and never fulfilling or even finding their life purpose. You know, you go to work, you come home, you eat a pizza, you watch the newest TV show, and day by day, month by month, decade by decade, your life passes you by and you have never achieved your dreams. So let me be your sensei. I will give you the tools that you need for success. But keep in mind, this is not a magic pill, and it will require hard work on your part. You have to follow what I teach, and you have to put in the work on yourself on a daily basis. So if you're interested, then again, check out my course pinned in the top comment below. Okay, let's get back into it. We are all ignorant to some degree. We come into the world as blank slates, and we learn and grow according to the customs of our various cultures, determined by the time and place in which we are born. Most people are on autopilot. We have our daily routines. We wake up, brush our teeth, we go to work to perform whatever tasks that our overlords expect of us. And then we get home, spend a little time with the wife and the kids. We have dinner, we watch Netflix. You go to bed, and then we do the whole thing over again tomorrow and for the rest of our lives. Frankly, we live mundane lives, and so we all have fantasies. This is why we love movies. We love escaping into the world of James Bond, for example, watching him defeat the bad guy and get the girl of the week. We want to see our favorite superheroes battling it out in the newest Avengers movie. Women love romance stories and TV shows like The Bachelor, fantasizing about when Mr. Right is going to come into their lives. Fantasy can never operate alone. It needs the humdrum of daily life, and everyone falls into mundane routines. No matter who they are or what they have, every person has their own fantasy. And if you can figure out what that person's fantasy is, then you can learn to charm and romance them. And at that point, in their mind, you will be like an oasis in the middle of a desert. You may be thinking that you are far above this law, but again, I tell you, no one is above this law, not even the smartest man on earth. You see, I'm a big space guy. I love to observe and study other planets and moons, and I love to just sit there in wonder and amazement, fantasizing at all that could be out there beyond the Earth and beyond our solar system. There are trillions upon trillions upon trillions of stars and planets out there in just the observable universe, and beyond that, we don't even know. There's always the discussion about science versus religion. The logical scientists say that there was a Big Bang, and that this Big Bang is what created the entire universe from a singular point in space. To this whole theory, I say, okay, but where did that singularity come from? And the answer is that no one knows. And on the other side of the discussion, the theologists say that God created everything. Again, I say, okay, but then I have the question, where did God come from? You see, the real answer is likely something that the human mind cannot even begin to comprehend. But that is an ugly and uncomfortable thought. And so all of us individually have to decide what we believe in. And that, my friends, requires fantasy. If you like my YouTube content and you want to support me in the creation of even more content, then please check out my Patreon link pinned in the top comment below. I upload new videos every Friday for my Patreon subscribers that go deeper into my life regarding the 48 laws. These videos are a bit more raw and untamed than my usual videos here on YouTube. And if you're a patron of mine already, then I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it's people like you that truly make all of this even possible in the first place. Please don't forget to simply subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and make sure you hit that bell icon so YouTube can let you know exactly when a new video is posted. I hope you enjoyed this animated video on Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 32, Play to People's Fantasies. Thanks, and I'll see you next time for Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 33.